This is episode 2 of Pitching Pokemon, The Journey of Janice. If you're checking this for the first time, if you're new, please check the description or the comment section below. You'll find a link to the playlist so you can go back and listen to episode 0 and episode 1, and then you can come back and continue in this one. Because we're going to pick up from where episode 1 left off. We had just gone through Rollins Forest, and now you're on Route 3. So we're going to pick up from there and carry on. So Route 3 is in the countryside portion of the Petra region. So it's meant to be an open road which is flanked by open fields on either side. So if you can picture that country road with a town at the end, that's Route 3. And that town that you're going to make your way to is called Debbie Town. And Debbie Town is the first town in the region. It's laid-back, peaceful town where you'll find a lot of, retired senior citizens and the elderly, because this is where they come to retire, because there's a care home that will look after them. And this care home was built and established and put together by a man named Fitzgerald, who is not only a former league champion in this Petra region, but he is the former normal type essential. Now, the essentials are another new feature in this journey of Janice. They are the strongest type specialist trainers in the region. If any of you have played Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, you'll think of the type masters. The essentials are based on them, but rather than just being NPCs that you'll find scattered across the region in the post-game, I'd wanted the essentials to be characters that are more involved in the story of Journey of Janice. And of course, in the post-game for Journey of Janice, you will get a chance to face off against the essentials. I'll talk more about that when we cover the post-game. But for now, in the introduction, this is what the essentials are. Just these, they have a specific type that they train and they specialize in, and they've reached a point where they've mastered that particular type. So here we have a former essential who specialized in the normal type, and should make you wonder who's the current normal type essential. But Fitzgerald is here to also introduce players to the friendship based battle mechanic that's in Journey of Janice, the mechanic that I had in mind for the game version. I talked about this in episode 0, so if you're interested to find out how this mechanic is supposed to work, please go back to episode 0 and have a listen to that. I figured rather than just throwing in all the other battle mechanics, your mega evolutions and whatnot, why not try to come up with a new one, and one that's based on friendship? Because I'm just looking through previous generations of Pokemon, and there isn't a battle mechanic which is based on friendship. I don't know why Game Freak didn't take advantage of that. Maybe it could have been something introduced before Mega Evolution came along, but I just thought it's a unique battle mechanic. So this is where players will learn about it, and at the end of the Debbie Town story arc, they will receive a key item which triggers the mechanic during battles. So as you explore town, you'll maybe find some NPCs who will mention that a lot of the children of Debbie Town have been racked by bad dreams and nightmares for several days now at this point in the story. And people don't understand what's going on, what is causing all these nightmares. Why are the children being targeted? It's not the adults, it's just the children. And so the players will team up with some other essentials who have been, a call has been made to the Pokemon League by the residents of Debbie Town to come and investigate this problem. And so the Pokemon League sends 2 essentials. psychic essential, this woman named Monica, and her younger sister, who is the current ghost essential, a woman named Marion. So players will team up with these two essentials to try and investigate, and they eventually find out that a hypno has been feeding on the dreams of these children. And as a result, this has attracted other Pokemon, wild, psychic, and ghost Pokemon that you'll find in Route 3. They've come in and they are also feeding on the dreams of these children as well, thanks to this hypno. And this hypno is not a wild one. It belongs to a trainer who happens to be an Ace Team trainer. Now, in the previous episode, I talked about the two teams that are active in the Petra region. There's Ace Team and there's Squad Cool. So earlier on, you'll encounter someone from Squad Cool. Here, you encounter someone from Ace Team. And what the players will notice is that this trainer has been acting strange. It's like they're unaware that their hypno is causing this trouble for the children in this town. So now the players and Monica and Marion have to deal with this trainer. And once they've defeated this trainer and he's come to his senses, and hypno as well is no longer causing nightmares for the children, and the wild Pokemon have been scared off and everything, this is when now we'll have a cutscene that plays, which shows that there are these two individuals, these unidentified individuals, who are watching what's going on in Debbie Town, from close by. And it turns out that these individuals were responsible for manipulating this Ace Team trainer. They used their psychic Pokemon to, sort of command this trainer to have their hypno causing trouble for the children in Debbie Town. And this serves as a distraction while these two individuals are conducting their real business, which is to look for a particular object which they've found is located somewhere in Route 3. And they eventually find this object. And it's some kind of fragment which resembles, a little bit of a little feather that's gleaming with some kind of light. So they found this fragment, and once that's done, they leave the area, unknown to Monica and Marion and the player. So at least now we have some idea, okay, this Ace Team trainer was, the reason why he was acting so strange is because he had been manipulated into doing it. So after this event, Monica and Marion, they will leave with this Ace Team trainer back to the Pokemon League headquarters, just so he can be checked out and maybe they can try and find out more information about what happened to him. And this is also at the point where the players, once they speak to Fitzgerald again, he'll give them the key item for the friendship battle mechanic. So after Debbie Town, you proceed further north. You'll arrive on Route 4. And Route 4, unlike Route 3, which is, the open road with the fields, Route 4 is much more back to your regular route, where it's mostly grass, mostly trees, vegetation, everything. That's your Route 4. But also, a lot of baby Pokemon are found in the wild here. And it's because the daycare for this region is located halfway along Route 4. And if players get to stop by the daycare center and speak to the daycare couple, they find out that one of the children in town is a grandchild of the daycare couple. So they thank the players for, helping solve the nightmare issue that was going on in town. And they reward the player with the Oval Charm and a Pokemon egg as well. Now, in the story of Journey of Janice, this egg will play a role in 2 cities ahead. I'll talk about that when we get there. So, but in the game, I hadn't really decided what Pokemon will hatch from this egg. But once I get to the city where it will play a role in the story, I'll explain more about it. So from there, you proceed to the final portion of Route 4, and at this point, you'll arrive at the entrance of the Grand Granite. It's meant to be this massive cave system where players are meant to explore it in portions based on the field moves that they've got access to. So once you've got this particular field move and that particular field move, you've unlocked certain areas, and then once you've covered those areas, you continue with your journey until you get the next field move, and then you come back and continue exploring the Grand Granite. That's the idea I had for this place. Just outside that entrance, you'll find a house, and this house belongs to a retired Pokemon ranger who has turned this house into a rest stop. So of course, you can go there, have your Pokemon healed, and this ranger will explain a little bit about Grand Granite, and she'll give players a TM. This is the TM for Flash, and upon getting this TM, you unlock the field move. So at this point in the game, you've got two field moves that are unlocked. You've got Cut, and now you've got Flash. So you can explore a little bit of Grand Granite as you're making your way through it to like the main path of Grand Granite. There are some areas that you can explore, and at some point you'll encounter someone in Grand Granite. This person is a man named Moses, and he is the current ground type essential. And he commends the players for taking the time to just branch off the normal path and trying to explore this cave system. And he hints that if they come back with the surf field move, they can access a special area. So, if you're paying attention, at least now okay, once I can surf, I should come back to the Grand Granite. There's a special area that I can access. So you'll make it out of Grand Granite, and now you are in the northeast portion of the region, northwest, I should say. And you're by the coast now, so beach area, and eventually you'll arrive in the next city. This is Holden City, which is home to the second gym. The gym itself is actually located on an island, which is just further west from Holden City. Of course, that sea route, that's a portion of Route 5. You need a path. You need a way to move across water to get to Lexus Island, where the gym is. So how do you do that? You have to board a ferry boat from the harbor of Holden City. That will take you to Lexus Island. In order to get onto the boat, you need a ticket. Now, to get this ticket, you have to take part in like a little challenge on the beach, where the default route master of this area, she is there to give trainers the ferry ticket if they can defeat all the other trainers that are on the beach, including this one. So once you do that, you get your ticket, you board the ferry, and head off to Lexus Island, and you can challenge the gym there. The gym is led by Caroline, and it's a water type gym. If you defeat Caroline, she'll give you the surf TM. So the idea now is you can make your way back to the mainland by surfing, and this will give you a chance to explore this portion of Route 5 and see what's there. And also, you can go back to Rollins Forest. You can now surf, explore the lake, at least on the surface. And you can also go back to Grand Granite to find out what this special area is. More on that a little bit later. So Holden City, besides the gym, this is where you'll find the third facility for the Pokemon Research Society. This facility is led by Professor Hyacinth, and her team specializes in studying the local marine life around Holden City. So if players are able to assist her team with their research and whatever quests they might give, you'll be rewarded with the item finder. And in episode 0 of this mini-series, I did talk about the kind of item finder that I have in mind for Journey of Janice. It's one which is inspired by the item finder in Pokemon Unbound, which has like a visual cue that lets you know if you're close to a hidden item, the icon, the symbol changes to maybe a star or something. So I wanted that kind of item finder for the game for Journey of Janice. I thought it was pretty cool there. And also, this is where you'll find the mall. There's a big mall, and there's an event going on here. This is where players will meet Ace Team, the rest of Ace Team, because they are hosting a special day for their fans. And of course, the leader of Ace Team is there, this guy named Andre. Andre also happens to be the current league champion in the Petra region. So this is something new. Someone who's the leader of one of the major teams in the game also happens to be the current champion. And it's at this event that the leader of the other team, Malcolm, the leader of Squad Cool, he shows up with his team because they want to have a chat with Andre. It turns out that Debbie Town is Malcolm's hometown. So because an Ace Team trainer was at the center of that event that was happening back then, Malcolm has shown up hoping to find out from Andre what was going on. And of course, Andre had no idea that an Ace Team trainer was involved in that incident. So he's willing to just set aside the little friendly rivalry between these two teams so that they can work together and get to the bottom of what happened in Debbie Town. So at least for now, these two teams that are usually like on different paths, even though ideally they are on the same page because they are both interested in helping trainers get better with their skills in raising Pokemon, in training, battles, and everything. But their approaches are different, you know. Like I'd said in episode 0, Ace Team is more mainstream, while Squad Cool is like underground niche. So at least I thought it was interesting that, okay, some incident has brought these two teams together and they're willing to collaborate and find out more about what happened. So now that you can surf, you can go back to the Grand Granite and you can find out what this special area is. And this area is known as the Dragon Pool. And it's this place where players can obtain a dragon Pokemon this early in the game. Because if you skip this area, you'll have to get it's beyond like the second half of the game, near towards the as you're making your way back to the mainland. I'll have to talk about that more in detail back then, but it's much further on in the game where you'll get a chance to capture a dragon Pokemon. So you've now got an incentive to explore now because you'll be able to obtain a dragon Pokemon this early. And it's important because at the area where you can catch wild dragon type Pokemon, there's a particular move which you'll require that one of the dragon type Pokemon can learn. And it's one of these Pokemon is a Horsey. So if you can capture a Horsey this early, it's a good idea to have it now. So this Dragon Pool area, this is where players will meet a woman named Andromeda. Andromeda is the former dragon essential. And so now her role is mainly to look after newly hatched dragon type Pokemon. This is where they are like when they hatch from their eggs and they're still babies, this is where they are raised before they are let out into the wild. So that's what Andromeda does at this point. And of course, she's willing to gift the trainers, the players with the dragon type Pokemon. So just make a note of this place once you can surf. And also it's at this point where we catch up with Monica and Marion and that ace team trainer from the Debbie Town incident. They've gone back to the Pokemon League headquarters, and Monica is able to find out from this trainer that the individuals who had gotten to him had a special symbol on their foreheads. And so when this trainer is able to draw out what this symbol looks like for Monica, she recognizes this symbol. And this symbol is the one which represents the psychic type. Monica, of course, being the psychic essential, should be able to recognize this symbol. And so now, at least they've got a clue now as to who these individuals are. And so she contacts another essential, this man named Templeman, who is the current water essential, and he's a former investigator for the international police. So Monica, she contacts him hoping that he can assist in an investigation to find out who these psychic individuals are, where do they come from, what do they want, what's their motive, what's their MO, I guess. So at least now, even though Janice has no idea that this is going on, but at least the players, thanks to this scene, are at least given a clue as to what's going on. Who are these individuals? We just know that, okay, they use psychic type Pokemon. What else are we going to find out about them? So at least just a nice little mystery to plant there for people to keep them curious. So I think this is where we can end this episode. In the next episode, we'll pick up on the second half of Route 5, because I thought it would be best to just split that route in two. You've got the sea route portion, and then you've got the portion of the route which extends outside of Holden City, as you're now making your way towards the northern portion of the region. So please look forward to that episode. Thank you for listening. Have a good day and take care.